Good morning, students. We are here for the online geography classes for class 12. We'll start with chapter 3 of book 1. If you remember, we were doing fundamentals of human geography. So we'll start the chapter population. And the topic is population composition. Now students, already in the last chapter we have discussed regarding the population topic. We have discussed about the distribution, we have discussed about the factors affecting distribution or density of population, and then we have seen how population changes or the decadal growth of population in different regions. Now in this chapter we are talking about the composition. Now what is the word composition means? The word composition means all those characteristics of population which help us to differentiate one region from the other. For example, all these characteristics can be measured so that you can easily compare a region A with region B. So what are these components of population? The components are, in this chapter we are going to do the sex composition. It means if you talk about the sex composition of one particular area, you can easily compare it with the other region, in what way this is better or in what way it has to change. Then we have age composition. Then in this chapter there is age and sex pyramid. Then we have literacy. Then we have rural and urban composition. And the last one is occupational structure. So you can see all these are measurable components which will help us to compare the people of one region with the people of another region. So we'll start with the first topic, that is sex composition. If we talk about sex composition, the first thing comes how to measure, because we said that all these components are measurable. Sex composition can be measured in terms of sex ratio. Now what is sex ratio? Number of females divided by number of males into 1000. This I am talking regarding Asian countries. In some countries they follow just the opposite, male divided by females into 1000. So this can be measured, the sex composition of any region can be measured in terms of sex ratio. Sex ratio is defined as number of females divided by number of males into 1000. Now the next question comes, why? Why do we need to know the sex ratio of any particular region? Now because we said that we are going to study about the different characteristics of population, and each and every component is important indicator of something or the other. If we talk about the sex composition, it is an important indicator of gender imbalance. Now, what does the word gender imbalance means? Gender imbalance, it was observed taking the data of male and female from different parts of the countries or different regions in the world. It has been observed that in some countries males are more than females, and there are few countries where females are more than males. If this is the condition, it means males are more than females. We say it's unfavorable sex ratio. And if females are more than males, we call it a favorable. There is one more term, that is high sex ratio. And low sex ratio. So high sex ratio means number of females are very high. Low sex ratio means number of females or males are low. So now the question comes, why it has been noticed that in some countries the number or the males outnumber the females. What are those regions and why this is happening? If we talk about the reasons, the reasons are, you will find the socio-economic status of women. Because we are talking about gender imbalance and we are talking about sex ratio. Sex ratio is an important indicator to give us information regarding the socio-economic status of women. So the socio-economic status of women is very low. And you will find there are different reasons for it in different regions. For example, the gender imbalance is commonly prevalent in patriarchal society. Now, what are these patriarchal society in which you will find it's a male-dominated society, where a male takes all the decision. First, the father will take the decision, and after marriage, the husband will take decision, and at the later age, the son will take decision. So it is a patriarchal society system. And in these kind of societies, we have seen that gender imbalance is very prominent. And these societies are seen in Southeast Asian countries. You will find the similar kind of situation in North Africa. You will also find this in sub-Saharan African countries. As well as in the Caucasus region. Caucasus region is the region between Europe and Asia. So that region also has similar kind of patriarchal society, and because of patriarchal society, we see that the number of males are outnumbering the number of females. Now, why this has happened? Why suddenly the sex ratio has been disturbed and it has brought an imbalance? Because it is a patriarchal society, they have taken up a number of steps to reduce the number of females. You all know about one child policy. This is a famous policy. We have talked about this policy in last chapter also. If you can remember, which is the country? China. Because of this one child policy, which later on became, earlier people used to have a large family because it was an agricultural country. They needed more children. But as population was increasing day by day, and Chinese government was really worried about this increase in population, they wanted to bring a change in the population scenario. They wanted to decrease the population, so they introduced a new policy, that was one child policy. Now people were scared of this one child policy, so what they started doing, so that they don't miss the male child, they started killing the girl child, and this gave rise to female feticide as well as female infanticide. So in this way they started reducing the number, because they wanted only son, they wanted a higher so that they can continue the lineage. So they started killing the girl child. So what was the consequence? The consequence was there is a huge gender imbalance. Today there are 3 men for 1 woman. So you can see how it has changed. There is nearly 1 million male population for only 60,000 of female. So this is the scenario of China, where the gender imbalance took a shape because they introduced a policy of one child policy, which was later again revived in 2015. But still the condition has not improved. Next we can see, if we talk about dowry system. This is one rule or one system which is prevalent in our own country, and because of which we see the number of death among female is very high. Because once the child is getting married, once a girl is getting married, the parents have to bear a huge burden of dowry so that it can be given to the groom. So this is one important reason in the society where we find the gender imbalance has taken shape into. Then we can see child marriage. In some parts of our country also we notice it, because, for example in Rajasthan, child marriage is a very common practice to be practiced in African countries. And the result is, because the girls are getting married in a very early age, they tend to die. And that is why the sex ratio, it has been seen that it is these countries have a very unfavorable sex ratio regarding the number of females. Moreover, ignorance to a girl child, which can be seen in Southeast Asian countries as well as in some African countries, because they ignore the girl child and they don't fulfill the nutritional demands. As well as they are denied education. So we know that illiteracy rate is commonly very high when we compare it between man or a woman. So ignorance to a girl child also is one reason behind this gender imbalance. So these were the reasons which we noticed, that because of which, and also I would like to include domestic violence, which is of course a reason for death of females in many countries. So all these are responsible for a low sex ratio in some of the countries where sex ratio has seen that males are outnumbering females. But beside this, there can be some other reasons also where you will find the males are outnumbering female, because you will get the example of Qatar, or if we talk about the Middle East countries. name is written, the picture is coming to our mind is about religion. But here I would like to tell you, religion is not the factor for more males than female. The reason is not regarding fertility rate or not regarding mortality rate. It is a economic reason because of which we find males are outnumbering females, and that is with more and more petrochemical industries located in these regions, people are migrating from Southeast Asian countries. For example, in Qatar, 25% of population is from India. So in all these people, those who have immigrated to Qatar are males. And one more thing, because they are more of blue collar job, it means when we talk about blue collar job, they are not so well paid, and it is a very expensive country. It is difficult to bear the burden of the urban areas where they are staying. So they cannot take their families along with them. And because of this, we find the males are outnumbering females. So every time you cannot write the reasons which are related with the birth rate, that is female infanticide or female feticide, or violence against women, or child marriage, or illiteracy. But sometimes it has been seen that immigration can also play an important role in some regions where females are less in number. Now, if we talk about the regions where females are outnumbering males, it means these are the places where, as we are talking about, socioeconomic status of women is very low. If females are more than males, it means the socioeconomic condition, instead of being very low, is high. And this can be seen in European countries or American countries. Now, not only because of high standard of living or better education or more literate women that we find females are outnumbering male. For example, here I would like to talk about the example of Russia or Latvia. In both the cases, females outnumber males, but it is not because that the standard of living is extremely high. The males can be less in any region because of war, because it has been noticed that during the World War I and Second World War, there was a requirement for huge army force, and that is why it has been seen that many men died on the war front, and that's why the number of males reduced in that region. Secondly, in Russia, it has been seen that males are less in number because of low life expectancy. And the reason for low life expectancy is alcoholism. So males are not able to reach the age of 56 or 60, they are dying earlier, and females have a better life expectancy, so females are more in that region than the males. In Latvia, females are more than males because most of the males, they were not able to get a proper job and they have emigrated. So you can see, if immigration increases the number of males in one region, emigration can increase the number of female in one region. So this was all related to sex ratio or sex composition. In this topic, you need to know what is sex ratio, how it is calculated, what are the reasons behind unfavorable sex ratio, why in some regions, because the region will be specified. For example, if it is asked why in Qatar males outnumber females, please don't write about domestic violence or female infanticide, because you need to know we are talking about which region. If you talk about the Asian countries, then you will write about female feticide, female infanticide, dowry system. If you talk about the males less in number than female, then it can be the life expectancy. It's not only because the standard of living is too high for women or women are educated. It can be the factor of migration. So that's all for today's class. Thank you.